Back.
What's good, YouTube? I'm back. Your boy is back. Tiwami here, and I have my friend over here, my big bro, Mokazi. Yeah. So I'm back with another fire video. It's going to be a lit session. So today we're going to talk about tips, on how to bulk up. As you know, I'm skinny, and I'm trying to look like all these muscles. I just want to buff up kidogo tu yani, yeah. Your boy is trying to add on muscles kidogo. So we're going to have a sit down. We talk about the tips, and maybe you can tell me about your journey, what you went through in order to bulk up. Yeah. So thank you guys by there for 100 subscribers. It means a lot if you subscribe. So yeah, hit that notification bell. It will pop up on the screen, and it will mean a lot to me, guys. Thank you for your support. So without further ado, let's go into the video.
Welcome, guys. This is Mokazi, and today we are having a sit down with my brother Tiwami here. Basically to talk about if you want to gain weight.
Yeah.
So many talks out there are about how to lose weight. How about those people who want to gain? Mostly you're talking about the muscle mass.
Yeah.
You're not talking about fat, we're talking about the muscle mass.
Key is muscle mass.
Yes. Because, that's also something I think we'll also talk, trying to discredit the issue of BMI and all that in my field, in my capacity. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he wants to bulk up. So for now, just, put a line here, then write before, after.
You can see the contrast, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm not yet there.
Put your arm. You see.
Maybe you can put it like this. Yeah, but coming soon to a theater near you. So basically, if like I always say, you don't grow in the gym.
Yeah.
You grow when you are resting and eating.
Yeah.
So number one, resting is a very big component in your journey to gain muscles.
So when you're talking about resting, do you mean like I should sleep more often, or just to get the enough capacity to sleep? I think they recommended it's 8 hours, right?
Yes, but our rest is not about sleeping.
Me, I was ready to jump into my bed.
I know. Okay, there are some limit. We normally have some limits in terms of sleeping and all that. But now when you talk about resting in fitness, we're talking about the minute you can rest. You see, like we're talking about after working out, resting specific muscles. Like the other day we did chest and tricep. You're supposed to rest for 48 hours before you do another chest and tricep. The rest you're talking about here is in terms of resting, that muscle from working it out again. Yeah. That's the rest you're talking about, not going to sleep more. For every muscle you do, you need around 48 hours. If you want maximum, muscle gain, you need around 48 hours of rest.
But sleep is still important, right? Let's say for people who have odd jobs, like doing night shifts, and you get someone who's getting 4 hours sleep. Is that recommended?
Yes, it's very important.
Yeah.
And the second thing, okay, we've talked about working out. Number one, before we talk about now resting, let's talk about the kind of workout you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you might do workouts that are not helping you gain muscles. So in as much as you might rest the whole day, like you rest a whole week, nothing happens to you. And people start wondering whether you took some polythene papers and swallowed something. So the kind of workout you do to gain muscle is also very different.
Yeah.
When you want to gain muscles, we have to do anabolic workout. Anabolic workout is whereby you have to go heavy on your weight training, you reduce on repetition.
I get you.
Anabolic. Keyword is anabolic, whereby you have to, because you want to bulk up.
Yeah. So
you're looking for the shred. Because the body has when you shred the body, when you it's like you're torturing. You're torturing the muscles. The muscle has a way of rebuilding itself. Yeah, when you are now resting and eating. And to do that, of course, it requires things like amino acid and all that. And how the body does it, it creates more muscles to cover, the shredded muscles.
Yeah.
So in the process of creating more muscle, you bulk up more. So that's how people bulk up. So you have to train heavy to a point whereby you have to reach that threshold.
Okay.
Of you knowing that actually I've trained to gain muscles. Because you can train to lose, you can train to maintain. We normally have that maintenance phase. So it's normally like a curve, whereby you're training to gain muscles, then you want to go on a certain maintenance. Because for bodybuilders who are doing it professionally, they normally have those curves, whereby now I'm on a bulking up phase. Yeah. So this bulking up phase, they normally like have a specific amount of calories that they're supposed to consume per day. Specific amount of carbohydrates, specific amount of proteins, specific amount of vitamins and all that, that they normally consume per day for them to bulk up. And it's normally guided by your main menu, what you normally eat.
So that actually reminded me of a phase, I think back in 2018, I used to go to this gym where like most of the guys that were inside that gym were rugby guys. So I was this skinny dude. Then every now and then I used to come to the gym. I try to lift heavy weights. Let's say like 3 months later, there's this rugby guy comes to me and says, "Wait, now you should have bulked up, yeah." And I'm like, I'm trying, man. I'm really trying. And he just told me, you know what? You just like when we're doing sets, you just come and join us. Then it hit to me because I think when I started, I was 59 kilos. Then right before I stopped like going to that gym, I was around 69. So I noticed the way the kind of training that they were doing. They're doing like more of compound exercise. They're doing more of chest, and they used to go heavy, man. Because I used to struggle. They just used to give me support every time. Because then they can do without support.
Yeah.
We used to be given support. So yeah, when you told me about going heavy, it clicked to me.
You really have to go heavy. Sometimes like the rugby people, power lifters, normally have what you call 1 repetition maximum. You put so much weight that the only rep you can go is one rep. Yeah? And that rep actually is assisted. We have people who are supporting you on the side and psyching you up. So those are the workouts that will really
rip your body off.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's why you see those power lifters, they don't do a lot of repetition. They do very few repetition, maximum of 10.
But scientifically, how does that work? Because I'm thinking, if I go to the gym, like with this body, and I just do like less reps, let's say like 3, then I go like my heaviest. I'm still like thinking like, how does it work? Like the body itself adjusting, because like if I'm skinny, will I have the strength also to attempt that kind of weight, or should I start slowly?
Now that's where we work on, because you see, when you talk about bulking, you also have to work on the strength.
Yeah.
And to work on the strength, you also have to work on few repetition, heavy weight.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're doing chest workout, you put a weight you cannot even push, but you are focusing on resisting. We normally call it working on the negative. So you can work on the positive and you can work on the negative. So that negative, if you can resist a weight 3 or 4 times, the next thing you'll do, you'll be able to push that weight. That's proven. So if your maximum chest workout, you normally put like 100 kilos, or 100 kilos. Now you put like 150, and your main target is just to resist. You're working on the negative.
So even if you do 3 and you resist,
then you get people supporting you up, you resist again. That's how you shred the muscles. Yeah, it's like you're stimulating, because you have to get to a point where you're stimulating the muscles for the growth. So that's why I said before we talk about what to eat or what to do after working out, the primary thing is to work out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and the correct workouts to do when you want to bulk up.
Okay. And now the question, another question which I wanted to ask was about supplements. Yeah, let's say back again to that story. I used to see guys using creatine, and some others would just put something in the bottle. I didn't know what it was. I think I asked like once, and I was told it was protein. So like people use protein powder. Some have pre-workout and post-workout. So tell us more about like supplements. Do they help you, especially creatine? Can it help you, like let's say for me as a skinny guy, let's say, should I go and buy creatine so that I can get that, strength to push heavy weights?
Actually, creatine is associated with strength, but before we talk about creatine, it's very important people to understand that people have different bodies.
Yeah.
And you really have to know what works for you, because we have people who will try creatine, will try the whey protein powder, but we have others who will just go natural and they'll still bulk up.
Yeah.
It's a matter of knowing what you're eating and when you are eating. Yeah, so it's a very important factor. Now, let's talk about supplements. Why do people take supplements?
Yeah.
People take supplements because you cannot have enough of what is required in your body. For you to build weight, if maybe I'm targeting to bulk up, to grow muscles, I need a certain amount of amino acid. That is refined protein. Yeah, I'm sure we all remember from biology, amino acid and all that. Yeah. So we require certain amount of the amino acid for you to help you, in the replacement. Yeah, because the body has, it's like you're providing it food.
Yeah.
So the right amount of food you give your body is also very important. So if I require, say, 1,000 calories, 1,000 calories of maybe amino acid, it's very hard for me to get that from natural protein. Yeah, it will mean maybe I'm eating, because you see, when I have a plate of meat or any other form of protein, it goes down. When it gets into the system, it's cut down, it's refined. So they refine it to now the amino acid. From the protein, it's broken down to the amino acid. So by the time you're having, say, a kilo of meat, it will give you maybe a few grams of the amino acid.
Yeah, sure.
Yet maybe you require 500 grams. Yeah. What you've gotten from a kilo of meat is maybe 300 grams of amino acid. So you still require like 200 for you to meet the requirement. So that's why now people go for supplements. And you see, it's very hard for you to have a sitting and you're eating like a whole kilo of meat. It's very hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard. True. So that's why people go. Supplements are not bad.
Yeah. Also, we should discredit people who think
there's a difference between steroids.
They say
and supplements. Yeah. There's a difference between steroids and supplements. Yeah. Supplements are just from the English word supplement. You're supplementing your food. Yeah. Like I've said, you can't have enough of the protein from one sitting, one meal. Yeah. You can't have. So that's why people now have like a little supplementation of that.
In order to bulk up.
Specifically.
If you don't want to bulk up, you don't need to take supplements.
You don't need, yes. If you just want to keep fit and, just stay natural, and it's fine. But if you're targeting to bulk up and, that's your target, you have to look for a way of compensating. Yeah. And the way of compensating is you now going for the supplements. Yeah. What supplements you go for is also very important, because people have different, variation, and so it also depends again on what works for you, because genetically our bodies are different.
So, like, should I go for mass gainers? Because this is rumors that I hear that mass gainers make you, quote unquote, look fat afterwards, because but I tend to think those people who look fat, they took mass gainers, then they
without working
out.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So my question would be, what's your target?
So for me, it's to be stronger, but also it should reflect like in my body size, because
in your body.
For me, I don't want to be like so huge, but I have that feeling of like if I would like just increase like my size. And for the first time I thought I'd go natural like that, but yeah, I was thinking of going natural at first, but I'm still thinking of
Considering going for supplements.
Yeah.
If it works for you, fine. If you can go natural, still fine. Honestly, I've been going natural.
Okay.
And for me, what works is what you call pre-workout meal, what you eat before working out. Yeah. What you eat after working out, because it's also very important. Guys, when you finish your workout, the body normally requires immediate replacement of proteins. We call it a protein window, and actually it's 1 hour after your workout. So 1 hour after your workout, we call it protein window.
I didn't know about that.
So that whatever you do with that window will either determine whether you'll grow muscles or you'll remain the same. So if you can capitalize on that protein window 1 hour after working out, you can really gain muscles.
Okay.
It depends again on what you eat. Like I said, you can't have enough of the proteins, enough of the amino acid from the normal food we normally have. And that's why people go for supplementation. But that is for bodybuilders. If you want to do it professionally, if you just want, just definition and muscles, I would advise you to go natural.
Okay.
Natural, just work around the protein window, work around what you need to eat before workout, after workout, during workout as well.
Yes.
So next, we'll also talk about the myth that people normally have. Bodybuilders have a smaller dick.
Oh, by the way, I almost forgot about that topic. We're going to talk about that.
We'll talk about that in the next one.
How?
How?
But it's fine.
So you see somebody bulking up, then you look down there, you're like, it doesn't correspond.
Actually, there's a chick who told me, stop going to the gym. You'll disappoint me in bed. And I was like, first of all, you haven't seen my thing, man.
That's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
Stick it here. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for the 100 subscribers. It means a lot, man.
Take him to 1,000.
Yeah. Like, I just want to wake up tomorrow and say 200, yeah? The next week, 300.
And it's easy.
Just
tell a friend
to
share. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Tiwami,
Mwakazi.
The Mwakazis.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
It's 28 minutes.